Hey there, random internet strangers. It's Random Bitcoin Guy with the intermediate tactics for dollar cost average beast mode on Coinbase. You'll have to excuse me. I have my aligners in that I took a loan out from my Celsius account against my crypto, and I got aligners, and so I'm trying to get used to talking with them. So if you hear a lisp, that's the reason why. The aligners are getting away. My tongue wants to retract away from the plastic. So it's interesting experience. I've always wanted straighter, wider teeth, and so now I have the opportunity to do that. But anyway, enough about me. This presentation assumes you already have a regular Coinbase account set up. These are instructions on how to reduce fees even more. This will also help you learn how to use limit orders to get in at even lower prices. That's what this is designed to do. As we buy the dip, we always want to get in at the lowest price possible, and limit orders allow us to do that without being present. We don't have, once again, I'm big on, freeing up my time as much as possible. So in order to do that, we set up limit orders on Coinbase Pro. So let's get to that. Now, I'm assuming you already set up a Coinbase account. If you haven't, you need to go set up that and watch my first video, which explains the dollar cost average beast mode in detail. So we're not going to talk a lot about that. We're going to go exclusively into how to use Coinbase Pro with the beast mode strategy. So if you've already got your Coinbase account set up, you can just go to, but you don't never been to Coinbase Pro. It's actually pro.coinbase.com. It always confused me when I was first trying to do this. That they do it backwards, but I guess that's just the way it is. So you want to make sure it's HTTPS. You want that S on the end. That's for secure HTTP. You don't want regular HTTP. That's probably some phishing site or something like that. You got to make sure that S is there, and then this will. You have to set up your Coinbase account first before you can set up a Coinbase Pro account. So it'll automatically populate one. You'll enter in your Coinbase information into Coinbase Pro, and then everything will be there, and then you can transfer money back and forth between Coinbase and Coinbase Pro without any fees. Once again, big on fees, and this is a way. Coinbase Pro fees are much cheaper than they are on Coinbase. So that's one of the reasons why. So what do limit orders do? Limit orders allow you to buy at a lower price without having to be present. So let's see, this is Bitcoin USD, the pairing, and it's got this little chart here. This is very important, this chart here. I'll show you in a minute. Don't worry too much about this. This is for scalping, and there's a lot of fake outs and stuff that go on here. People will put up walls, buy walls, and sell walls to freak people out. I don't pay any attention to that. Don't worry too much about that. I think there's a way you can X that out if you want. But yeah, don't worry about this or the ladder or anything like that. That's for scalping and stuff, and it's insane to try to scalp on Bitcoin and these altcoins because they just move so fast and you can just get liquidated so quick, especially if you're trading on leverage. So we don't concern ourselves with this. The buy and sell walls and the ladder. That doesn't. All we care about is this chart right here. And so, if you're not familiar, there's a man out there his name is Sam Seiden, SAMSEIDEN. I think it's EI. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's EI. SEIDEN. And there's tons of videos explaining how he trades. And I wasn't a profitable trader consistently until I started watching his videos. But we're going to use one of his tactics right here to buy at a lower price. Now, if you've been following me on Twitter, you know that I was saying that this had to pop here, and sure enough, it popped here. And now we've been kind of going sideways over the past. This is the hourly chart, so the past few hours, and then we started to drop back down. This is a typical Sam Seeden rally-based drop. Actually, this is the I forget what he calls this, but when you see one of these big candles pop up, chances are there's going to be a backfill. It's going to come back down where resistance now becomes support. So right around here in this area right here, at the bottom of this candle, the top of this candle, that's a place where price is probably not going to go lower than that. So I try to front run a little bit, and I placed my bid at around 51, right here at 51,000, so that I have a buy order set right here. Now, the cool thing about Coinbase Pro is I can just kind of eyeball and judge where this drop is going to occur, and then the bounce is going to happen, because there's a lot of orders here now that didn't get filled, because price moved so rapidly away that there's a lot of orders left hanging here. So that's the reason why that there's probably still some big leftover orders down there at 51. And so we want to catch that bounce, and we want to be in with the rest of the big boys. So I think, like I said, I ran it at 51. It probably could go lower, but you always want to try to front run a little bit. So what you would do is you would find the spot where you think price is going to go down, dip down to, and you would click it. That's all you got to do is click it. And what will happen if you click it, and you have to have this set highlighted as a limit order and a buy, because we want to buy the dip. So we want to buy the dip using a limit order. So follow my cursor, you're right here, you're going to buy the dip with a limit order. When you click right here, the limit price will pop up in this box right down here. That's what we want. You want to make sure that when you click that, make sure that this is highlighted as limit, this is highlighted as buy. You click the chart, and the limit price will pop up there. Or you can just manually type it in if you want to go directly into 51. I just like to click it, because then I know that I'm getting in at the price that I want, where I think that the price is going to go down to. So that's for that. Let's move on. Okay, now what I did was I scrolled down on that box a little bit, and here is our limit price right here. It should still be here. And what will happen is you make sure limit is highlighted and your limit price is printed in the limit box. And then a max button should appear in the amount box. It should appear right here. You'll click that, and that will, whatever amount of dollars that you have to purchase Bitcoin, you put the max in there. That'll take all the dollars out of your account and set it up. It's not going to buy it yet. It's just going to tell you how much Bitcoin that you can buy with the dollars. If you don't want to put the max in, you want to hold back some, particularly if you're using dollar cost average beast mode, you'll have to kind of make adjustments until it matches your desired amount. You can do it on a calculator, or what I find is easier is that you just keep changing the dollar amount or the Bitcoin amount until it matches the dollar amount that you want to purchase with. So yeah, so you would just continually adjust the Bitcoin amount until it matches the dollar amount. The time in force policy, good until canceled. That's the one I normally use. I just set it and forget it, but you can set it up for a minute or an hour or a day, and then come back to it. It'll cancel the order if the order doesn't get filled. I just put good until canceled, but because of beast mode strategy, you could probably put in good for a day, and that would be fine. And then you just have to go back every day and check it. So it would, in case something happened and the market was tanking. This would allow you to get in a little bit deeper. And I always use allow taker. This gives me more opportunities for my order to get it filled as opposed to post only. So you would only be a maker, and with Coinbase Pro, the fees don't matter whether you're a taker or a maker, so it doesn't make any sense. Maybe on other higher accounts like the corporate accounts that might make a difference, but with Coinbase Pro it doesn't make any difference. So I don't even know why they give you that option if it's the same fees. So you would get the fee here, tell you how much your fee is for doing that, and then your total amount is in USD of how much you are going. This is the number that you would look at when you were adjusting up here. Your total would pop up down here, and then if you were too high, it'll say insufficient funds, things like that. So you can go and experiment with it. Just don't hit this place buy order yet. Just be careful not to hit that. You can play around with this all you want as long as you don't hit that button, the place buy order. So, but we're going to go ahead and click buy order, and that pulls it back. And so what will happen is that your buy order will appear down here in open orders. Now I put in a price at 50,906, and as you can see, I put it in. It was the price. We were on this candle, and this candle hadn't formed yet. This is an hourly chart, so this candle had formed. I'd seen that it was coming down, so I was going to come in here and place. I did it at right around 51. I got 50 and 906, but it just missed my order. It happens to me a lot. Because I try to front run it, but then my greed takes over, and I try to maybe not front run it enough, and it ends up bouncing just before my order. That happens a lot more than I care to admit. I guess maybe I get a little greedy, and I should front run even harder, just a little bit. But sometimes I hit it right on the nose. It's pretty amazing once you understand Sam Seiden's methods. So it's not filled yet. You see the status is open, and then once price drops down and hits my target price, the status will say filled, and then I'll have my Bitcoin at the price that I wanted. So that's how it works basically. Here's a couple functions: deposit and withdrawal. Once you set up your Coinbase account first, then all that will transfer over, and then you can deposit into Coinbase Pro. You can either deposit directly from your bank like you do with Coinbase if you set that up properly, or if you got money on Coinbase and you want to transfer it over, you can do that as well. And you can trade immediately with both. So if you deposit from your bank, there's a caveat here. If you deposit from your bank on Coinbase onto Coinbase Pro directly, bypassing regular Coinbase, you won't be able to transfer back to Coinbase like if we were doing this for DAI, because you can do it with DAI as well. Now the positive is that you can even get DAI at a slightly lower price, maybe a penny or two, but the negative is that you don't get to earn interest until they free up your money from Coinbase Pro. They have to let the funds clear from your bank before you can transfer it out. Even if you're just going back to Coinbase instead of Coinbase Pro, you want to move it to Coinbase. You want to move your DAI back there because you're going to earn interest. Because you don't earn interest here on your DAI on Coinbase Pro. You only trade here. That's what there's no interest-bearing accounts. That's all done on Coinbase. But the rates are way cheaper over here. So it's definitely worth the effort, the extra effort to get the Coinbase Pro account, set it up, and do. This is a basic limit order that I do. Have more advanced tactics that I'll be putting up in the future. You can do them either here on Coinbase or another company that I'm looking at right now. I'm actually experimenting now with some limit order ladders that I'll be doing on a different account. So you can find my signals on Twitter at forex_random. Right here, I know it's a terrible name. I was in Forex before, and just changed over to cryptocurrencies because I saw the dangers of fiat. And my signals are in the pinned tweet. They're posted between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. That's New York time. Hit like and subscribe if you like these videos, if these are helping you out, and please use my links in the video description to get free crypto and to support the channel. I really appreciate taking your time to watch this, and we'll see you soon.